So from the waters so blue, to the horses along the beach, to the flying boys of Nungwi, let's go to Zanzibar. My trip starts here, at a village in the northern part of Tanzania called Nungwi. Nungwi is the home of prime beaches lined with palm trees and a vibe that can only be found in Zanzibar. So I'm being hosted by this hotel called SQ Zalu. It's all the way in Nungwi, Zanzibar. It's a beautiful, expansive property, and let me show you around. Let's go. So my mornings were filled with walks along the beach and interacting with the locals. But the most breathtaking thing, apart from the sunrise, seeing horses galloping along the beach. A few minutes from SQ Zalu, we find a spot called the Baraka aquarium. So the Baraka aquarium protects turtles as a conservation effort. When I got there, the water was green and I really thought about swimming. But I was like, I can't get into that water. So I was just like, okay, let me just feed the turtle. But once I fired up my drone and got the view from above, who was I to stay on land? And that's how I ended up floating in a natural aquarium filled with turtles. And for those few minutes I was in there, I was practically in heaven. Stone Town is a texture of rich history with different cultures woven into its existence. Stone Town is this old, ancient, maze-like city that is made from coral stone. That's how the name Stone Town came to be. The beauty of such places for me is the billions and billions and billions of stories that have lived through this city. And for me to be there at that exact moment, to feel all the textures and the waves and the winds and the noises of the rich history of a place called Stone Town, it gives me happiness. I love food, street food for that matter. I will try anything and everything wherever I am. The Forodhani court is at the heart of Stone Town. It comes alive in the evening and it transforms itself into this huge food market that serves a variety of delicacies. So this is the Forodhani food market and I'm trying out different foods, and the one thing imeninai sana is the duck meat, man. Duck meat yao ni tamu. It's so sweet, so delicious, so crunchy, and yeah. If there is something I've eaten in the recent time and it's really, really good, it's duck meat from Zanzibar. Hey.
Jamani, kwa jina naitwa Muba. So I say here, I live in Zanzibar. So please, you are welcome Zanzibar to taste our food or to eating our food. I say karibu means you welcome, karibu sana. Jamani. Yeah, we say Zanzibar hakuna matata, sio? Ndio. Exactly.
That's Muba from Zanzibar. Amenipea sweet duck, yeah? And the avocado juice. My Lord. So sweet, so cold, so fresh. I love Zanzibar. A 30-minute boat ride from Stone Town takes you to a place called the Prison Island. This place has a dark history. It housed rebellious slaves on transit, and at some point it became a quarantine for the British territories, who used it to monitor patients, and when they fell, well, they were released back to the general population. But now, it's a major tourist attraction that has a museum and tells the major history of Zanzibar in general. If you're doing the Prison Island trip, at some point you'll get to meet the guardians of the island. These magnificent creatures, originally hailing from Seychelles, were first introduced to the island as a gift in the 18th century from the governor of the Seychelles. There were only 4 tortoises, but their numbers steadily grew, transforming the island into an exceptional sanctuary for this remarkable species. So Stone Town is relatively quiet during the day, as you'd expect of any coastal town. But as evening approaches, the city springs to life, and there are a couple of things happening along the shore of Stone Town. So you'll find the locals playing football. You'll see children running around the shore, playing with the sand, dipping themselves into the ocean. And you'll find lovers catching a sunset. But the most interesting bit of this evening for me were the flying boys of Stone Town. I call them the flying boys of Stone Town because whatever they do on a backdrop of a glorious sunset is just brilliant form of art. Let's pay some bills. This trip was made entirely possible by Jambojet. They launched the inaugural flight to Zanzibar, and now they offer 4 weekly flights from as low as 28,420 return. You can get to go to Zanzibar from Mombasa at a very affordable price. Jambojet have been my local travel partners, and if you want to go to any of their destinations, be it Lamu, Kisumu, Diani, Watamu, Goma in Congo, these are the people to travel with. If someone told me I'd be somewhere in Zanzibar doing a submarine cruise, I'd think they're crazy. But here I was in a vessel that is half immersed into the ocean, doing something that is called a submarine cruise. This is how it looks like. It's not that big or spacious. It accommodates like 6 to 8 people. Yeah, probably one of the coolest things I've done this year. Let's go. Now, the thing with Zanzibar, it made me feel like I'm at home, that I'm part of a story that has been told for generations and generations and generations. and I'm still telling this story. And that's what I like about travel. Travel opens up my mind. It means that I get new opportunities to create, to write poetry, to film, to take pictures, meet people, eat their food, dance along the streets, hear the laughters, and basically just being out there. Now, I hope you enjoyed this episode. More is to come. Subscribe, share it with your friends, and see you on the next.